Hey, Transform Electric. My name is Steven. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things that you can do today to start ranking above your competition in these Google searches and start claiming more high quality jobs. Now, if by the end of this video, you can see that I have the know-how to get this done, you can reach back out to me and we can chat, or if you want, you can just take this information and implement it yourself. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here. The 3 things I will be going over are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your website, but primarily we're going to be focused on your front page here. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the front pages of these service-based industries such as yours. It gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services online. First thing I did was pull up one of your main competitors here in the area, and that's Blanton's. This is their Fayetteville electrical page. I threw this into a tool that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. This tool is pretty neat. It gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. Now, their Fayetteville electrical page is currently being found for 8 keywords, and it was clicked on 94 times in the past 30 days alone, right? So I threw your website into the same tool. Your website is currently being found for 11 keywords, and it was clicked on 24 times in the past 30 days. So let's go back to our competitor here. We can actually click on their 8 keywords and see what those keywords are that they're being found for. So electrician Fayetteville NC, so they got all the Fayetteville buyer intent keywords. So as you can see, this is the big one, electrician Fayetteville NC. 200 searches in the past 30 days, and their site was clicked on 64 times just for that one alone, right? So let's go to yours, and you've got 11. So let's click on your 11. When we click on that, looks like you got all the main ones, right? Plus some. You've got actually more. So you're doing really good on content, but as you can see, they got clicked on 64 times for this one. You got clicked on 7. That's because you're at the bottom of the of page 1, right? So I'm going to show you in a little bit how to get pushed up to that number 1 spot. Okay, so I don't really have to discuss content so much more with you. I would put more. Maybe you could put those keywords on your site more, and that would be beneficial. Probably put a little bit more content on your front page. Google will look more favorably upon you. Other than that, you're doing pretty good on content. Now, second thing I'd like to go over are citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like electrician Fayetteville NC, right around 45% studies have shown of people searching these terms are going to be clicking on one of these businesses here in this section. This is a map pack, and this is your Google business profile. Now, most people believe that the driving factor here are reviews to get you ranked inside this top 3 here, but that's not the case. There are plenty of factors that kind of help, but the driving factor are what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. So some of these directories are like Yelp, BBB, Angie, Thumbtack. There's quite a few of them. And it used to be the more of these directories you had, the better. So whoever had the most directories pretty much were in the most directories and most citations, pretty much guaranteed a spot in the top 3, but that's not really the case in 2023. Google doesn't really care much about the number of citations anymore. They care about the sources of those citations. So anymore, you really want to be in what we call the 3 major data aggregators, and these are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. As long as you're in those, they actually feed downstream. They feed like hundreds of smaller apps, navigation systems, and directories, and they feed these automatically, which is really cool. But other than that, there are like about 45 or 50 other directories that you would want to manually get into, and you can look them up online. They're actually called the core consumer citations or core consumer directories. And those are the ones you want to be in. Like I said earlier, Yelp, BBB, Angie, Thumbtack, Nextdoor, these are all part of that, right? And you get in that. And it's also AI is really starting to take over a lot of these searches now. And they're looking for data consistency or NAP, your name, address, and phone number to be consistent across all these platforms as well. And as long as you're consistent across those 3 major aggregators and those core 50 directories, AI does trust you and they'll recommend you. So that's it for citations. Underneath the map pack is what we call Google's organic search results listing. And Blanton's Air and TL Electric kind of battle back and forth here, but they're both either one or two, right? But the number one spot at the time is going to get right around 40% of all clicks, right? This is 45% in the map pack, but it's split in between these three companies here. This is 40% all by itself. Main driver here are what we call backlinks. Now, backlinks, it's essentially other websites out on the internet that have a link on one of their pages that when clicked, that leads back to your website. Now, Google uses these backlinks as kind of like an online referral system. And the more relevant and the more trust that site that's linking back to you has to you, or more relevant it is to your industry, the better. So, for example, say you have a local blog page or a popular industry related site that's linking back to you, that's what's actually going to help push you up in Google's rankings. However, since you guys are an electrical company, say you have like a website like Pizza Hut linking back to you. Now, Pizza Hut is very popular, gets a lot of traffic, has built a lot of trust with Google, but it's not going to do you guys any good because you guys don't sell pizza or have anything to do with pizza. Now, I'm going to bring up the other competitor here, this TL Electric, and I put them into the same tool here. And I want to pay attention to this section here. It's the backlink profile. So to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google finds you for what people are searching for, right? Now that they found you, they've got to determine where they're going to place you on that list, and that's where backlinks come into play. So TL Electric currently has 221 backlinks coming from a total of 81 other websites. They call them referring domains in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at your site. You currently have 22 backlinks coming from 18 other websites. So it's not necessarily about the number, just like the citations. It's about the source of where you're getting those backlinks, right? So we know it's through these backlinks that mainly that they're getting from the power of these other websites that they're getting pushed up in these rankings. So we want to take a look at these websites. We can click on that 81. That's going to bring up all 81 of the websites they're currently getting backlinks from. So it would be beneficial to go down this list, and some of these they overlap with the citations, right? So Newstar, that's a big one, right? Yellow Pages, Super Pages. A lot of these are kind of directories, right? But some of them are blogs, some of them are press releases. There's all kinds, right? So you'd want to go down the list and try to acquire backlinks from all these same websites. If you were to do that, and this is assuming at this point your content and your keywords were on point, you would eventually put yourself in contention for this number one spot. You'd be in the battle for it. Now, to really dominate this number one spot, pretty much if you did that same thing I just showed you with the top 3 to 5 websites with those backlinks, that would pretty much ensure you over time to get that number one spot there. Okay. And you would take over all that traffic. All right. So just to recap, first thing is content. You want at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. But like I said, you're doing pretty good there, but I would still recommend upping your content count there, right? It doesn't hurt to have some more keywords. Second are citations. You want to be in those big 3 aggregators, again, Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. And you can go ahead and Google the top 50 core consumer citations, and that'll give you a list of the directories to make sure you get in to start ranking up in this map pack here. Now, underneath the map pack, like I said, this is Google's Google organic results list, and the main driver again are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to electrical companies in and around the Fayetteville area. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you can take this information and implement it yourself, or you can book a discovery call with me. Again, my name is Steven. I live right here just outside of Fayetteville in Grays Creek. You can give me a call at 910-551-2006, or you could just reply back to this email. But either way, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.